Following the budget at the end of November, there was a lot of talk about the new mileage charges for cars, particularly EVs, 3p a mile from April 2028. But I haven't heard much about the plug-in hybrids. And to my mind, they've been hit much harder because they're going to have to pay 1.5p per mile, which, okay, is half that of the EVs. But they've got to pay that 1.5p per mile on every mile that they do, including the miles that they do on purely on petrol. So I was thinking we need a bit of a comparison to see how well off they're going to be or how worse off they're going to be. So I thought it would be handy to use two cars which are available in both formats. So I thought the BMW E330 and the pure petrol BMW 330. And let's just say that a 20,000 mile per annum annual mileage, and the electric mileage on the plug-in hybrid, let's say that was about 4,500 miles per annum. I've worked it out that that is about the break-even point with the pure petrol 330. So in other words, if you do about 4,500 miles a year, it's going to be the same to run a hybrid BMW 330 as it is to run a petrol 330. But obviously, if you do, well, not obviously, but as it works out, if you do a higher mileage than that if you could do a higher mileage than that on electric, say 6,000 or 7,000 miles, then the electric, the plug-in hybrid becomes cheaper to run. But what we haven't taken into account is that an electric plug-in hybrid 330 is between 35 and 50 quid a month more to lease than a straight petrol vehicle. So it can be anything close to £600 a year more than the straight petrol. So it's certainly an interesting one. There's a lot of variables. It's quite complex. But I think it's going to be very, very tight whether a hybrid petrol, hybrid EV, let's call it a hybrid 330, for example, or any hybrid petrol car with an average electric only consumption of, let's say, 35 miles range, I think it's going to be very tight as to whether it's worth bothering to buy, which really scuppers all these manufacturers who've put a huge amount of time and effort and huge amounts of money into producing plug-in hybrids. Something to think about.